isn't it interesting that there's things that we do that we don't even remember choosing them, right? I mean, take a moment. There are things that we do that we don't remember choosing them. Take relationships, for example. We attract someone into our reality, and before we know it, we're in a relationship with them. Now, this may sound like you made a choice. It may even look and feel like you made that choice. But if you kind of go back and think of a time that you got into a relationship, see if that was the case for you. Did you consciously make that choice? Take criticism, for example, a moment in time where maybe you were criticized for something. The way you reacted, was that a choice? I certainly, in my world, looking back, I certainly did some things that I don't remember choosing. I think we've all been there. So it's really important. And stress, where does our mind choose to go? What kind of thoughts does our mind choose to, go and indulge in? Is that a choice? Would we really choose to think about that when there's an opposite side to that, which is probably a little bit more bliss? So this is what I'm talking about. And this can really be the driver, these patterns, these behaviors. And, where it gets really tricky is when we start to think that, oh, that's just my personality. This is just who I am. That's how, my personality was cultivated, and this is who I am. Is there room in there? I invite you to think about if there's room in there. Could it be how you've been conditioned? And have a look at that and go a little bit further back in your timeline to see if there are some traits and a track record of these kind of behaviors that could have influenced you. So that does mean that it doesn't have to be you. If you've learned it, you can also unlearn it. But the tricky part, even more tricky than accepting it as your personality, is when you accept it as your identity, then you're really going to protect it. And if you protect it, you're going to protect it until the grave. So I invite you to look at the patterns and behaviors, and also to ask yourself the question, who would you be if these patterns and behaviors weren't present in your life now? How would that look like? The way you react, how it made you feel. What if these patterns and behaviors that didn't really get you much make you feel if they weren't present? See you on the next one.